Diego with the beautiful Karina, my lovely wife from Venezuela. We went through the K1 visa process just like you, and we know it's a stress process. We know it's not easy. We know it's expensive. We know it's time consuming, and I know, and we both know that you miss your beneficiary or your spouse. Ross Lee, what's up, Ross Lee? Ross Lee just jumped on the live stream. How's everything? How are you doing? How's everybody? This is the happy March 1st, 2024. Hello, Ross Lee. It's March 1st, 2024, and USCIS is speeding up their K1 visa processing between NOA1 and NOA2. Melissa. Hi, Melissa. Melissa is on the Ross Lee channel. I like that. We got I got my sombreros here, Cartagena, Colombia. I got my Venezuelan hat on, which was a gift from Karina to me. And people ask me, what's the best way to go? Is it the best way to go with a K1 visa? Is it better to go with a spousal visa? That's another question I keep getting asked. Is what's the quickest? What's the best route? I like the K1 visa better. The K1 visa is the way to go, in my opinion. And Ross Lee, Melissa, we flew from Bogota last Wednesday. You have been spot on all the way. Melissa, well, thanks. We appreciate that because I don't put out bad information, okay? And I'm saving you thousands of dollars in immigration fees. Why you want to pay an immigration attorney $4,000? I mean, seriously. But I'm not an immigration attorney, and I don't give you any legal advice, or I don't work for USCIS. I don't work for the State Department. And this channel is basically my 9 years worth of experience that I data dump 3 times a week for you guys. And Melissa flew from Bogota. Where did you go? Where did you fly to? Patrick Gibelli, my fiance failed her drug test for her visa interview for marijuana, and they want her to see a psychologist. Well, that's not good. So when she went to her medical exam, she admitted to using whatever it is you said, right? That's most unfortunate. So they want her to see a psychologist. Well, how long is that going to, I don't know if that's going to cause a problem for your K1 visa approval or not. Dina Ali, hi Diego, how are you? I wanted you to ask the people in live if anyone experienced a DS 5535. Well, it's normal to get. They give it to my fiance at the interview. He was refused till they complete the form. It's normal, Dina. It's just an extra security check. That's all. The form DS 5535. DS means Department of State. That's what DS stands for, Department of State. And it's a security check. So if you're from a country like Iraq, or if you're from like Syria, or a country kind of politically unstable, USCIS, U.S. Immigration, and the State Department want you to complete that form and do an extra security check. There was a young lady from Iran. I got her out of Iran. She listened to me. She listened to my advice. She went to Turkey, had her K1 visa interview in Turkey, and she had a DS 5535 she had to complete. Well, within, I think, 5 days, she got her visa approved. It's just an extra security check, that's all. Dina, the form asked his siblings' name, date of his birth, history of his work and travel. I know, but the process, how long is it going to take? No, it won't take months and months and months. No, it may take just a couple of weeks. They're just going to do a background check. That's all. That's all, Dina. As long as your beneficiary doesn't have any police problems and doesn't belong to any nefarious groups and doesn't have any problem moving to the United States of America, then he'll be fine. There's no problem. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. May God bless you and your fiance. Well, Karina's my wife now. Dina, she's my wife. We dated for 3 years and now we're married. Jerry Martinez, saludos desde Bogotá, un abrazo enorme. Amigos, te enorme abrazos, gracias. Se le quiere mucho. Dios les bendiga.
Amén.
Bien.
Gracias.
Hillary,
Hello.
bien. Hillary is
How are you?
Karina's brother.
Mhm.
Dina, I'm sorry. Yes, his wife and I saw the wedding pictures. You guys looked amazing. May God bless you. And may God bless you also. We got a global channel put together, and it's your channel. Okay, we're helping people get their K1 visas without paying ridiculous immigration attorney fees. Or I'm answering questions for you for free, so you don't have to pay an attorney $450 an hour to answer the question. So, and Ross Lee, Melissa, we will now I will follow the next step. Well, the next step is if you're in the United States of America, you got to get married within 90 days and you have to file for your green card. It's called adjustment of status. Okay? And get it done before April 1st because on April 1st, the price is going up. It's going up in price. April 1st, it's going to be expensive, more cattle. Okay? If you can get your adjustment of status done before April 1st, you are good to go. Save you a bunch of money. And Dina saw the wedding. We got married on the beach in Santa Rosa County in Navarre, and it was fantastic. Captain Bill, our wedding guy, did a great job. Then we went to a Mexican restaurant and we had a big slap-up lunch. Cost me an arm and a leg, but that's all good. And I kept the receipts, and I got all the pictures. And yesterday, today's March 1st, right? Yesterday, we mailed off Karina's green card application to Chicago. So we got the countdown started for Karina's green card. So that started yesterday. It was February 29th, February 29th is a leap year. So we got to stick with an extra day in February because we got to get all the times figured out because the Earth doesn't rotate in 24 hours. The Earth doesn't rotate in 24 hours. The Earth rotates in 23 hours and plus some. So then they have to recalculate everything every 4 years so it doesn't mess up the clocks. So let's see. Dina Ali, no, he doesn't have a problem. Then he will be perfectly good. And Hillary, what's going on, Hillary? Ross Lee, now I will follow the next steps. Okay, Melissa, you're in Miami. We are getting married next week. How soon after should I mail off the green card application? You want to get it done within 90 days. If you really want to get this done where you can get your green card quicker rather than later, try to get it all done within 90 days and watch those videos I made on how to adjust status for green card. You got to watch those videos on how to adjust status for green card so that way you don't get an RFE and you get your green card with it first time around without having to go to another visa interview. Google in the channel, guys, in the YouTube channel, Google Diego Ross adjustment of status or AOS or something like that, and you'll find the videos. So try to get it all done, Melissa, within 90 days that you arrived in America. Karina arrived in the United States of America on January 3rd, 2024 in Miami, Florida. Yesterday, we mailed off her green card application. So it was 58 days from when she got to America. We got married within, 11 days, and then we put a fantastic green card application together within 58 days. So Karina already has a social security number. She's got a social security number, and she's got full health care, full medical. She's on all the bills. She's on the electric bill, water bill, gas bill, trash bill. And she's on the bank. She's a joint bank account. She's got her own credit card. She's good to go. And we included all this stuff in the green card application. Jenny Brielle, hi Diego and Karina. I mailed off my adjustment of status package yesterday. Glad that's off my hands. You and us both, Jenny Brielle. We mailed ours off. Well, Karina, she mailed her a green card application adjustment of status package off yesterday from UPS, which is just down the road here. And the lady remembered me because that's where I filed for her green card. She said, "Oh yeah, that was 2 years ago." Now I said, "Yeah, now we're filing for the green card. 2 years ago we filed for the K1 visa, close to 2 years. Now we're filing for the green card." So, it's a good, everybody's getting on board and getting their green cards and getting their K1 visas, but you got to follow directions. You got to follow procedures. You can't make any mistakes. Okay. The smallest mistake on a legal document will end up in an RFE. If you forget to check a box somewhere, it can end up on an RFE, request for further evidence. So be very careful and pay close attention when you fill out the forms, like right here. This here. This is the paperwork. This is the I-485. Okay, I don't know if you can see that because of the light. Okay, but it's 20 pages long. So you have an opportunity to mess it up 20 times, right? Because it's 20 pages. And then what you include in the green card application, you include the affidavit of support right here. If you can see that. Now the affidavit of support, that's 10 pages. So you've got an opportunity to make 10 mistakes on 10 pages. So pay close attention to what you're doing when you fill out the paperwork. Okay. Same for the for the K1 visa. When you fill out the form I-129F, when you fill out the I-129F, make sure you don't spell your beneficiary's name incorrectly. Make sure you put her passport number down properly. Don't mix any numbers up. Lots of people, I've seen people message me in YouTube. Well, I put my mom's date of birth down incorrectly. Why? How did you do that? How can you make that mistake? I mean, either you know your mom's date of birth or you don't. If you know it, you type it in there. How can you mess that up? How can you mess that up? Seriously, guys. So, one thing about when you adjust the status for green card, they're going to ask you about public charge. Page 13 of USCIS form I-485, they say, they ask you, are you subject to the public charge? Yes, you are. You are subject to the public charge. You put an X in the yes. Okay, that's a yes. And then you fill out the questions underneath that on page 13 and 14 regarding public charge. The only folks that would put no would be somebody like an asylum seeker coming from Afghanistan or somewhere like that, or Syria. They're seeking asylum. Although people are seeking asylum from Colombia, which is totally ridiculous, because Colombia is there's nothing wrong with that country. I lived there for almost 3 years, 2.5 plus years, back and forth. So there's no reason for anybody in Colombia to be seeking asylum in the United States, honestly. So just pay attention when you fill out your green card application, and make your green card application strong. Okay? Get your beneficiary's name on the title to your car or your motorcycle or your RV. Get him or her on the deed for your house or your apartment lease. You got to show cohabitation. Immigration, if you submit a green card application and you can't prove cohabitation, if you don't show immigration that you guys living together, you're going to get an RFE, request for further evidence. They're going to ask you for information. Okay, prove you guys live together. Well, how can you do that? How can you prove you guys live together? Well, you put your beneficiary on the lease to the apartment, to the townhouse, to the deed to the house. Get joint bank accounts with the address where you live at on the bank statements. How do you get a joint bank account? Well, you got to get a social security number. How do you get a social security number? Well, as soon as you get to America and you get recovered from the airplane ride, run down to the Social Security Administration office with your I-94 form, print your I-94 form off the Border Patrol website with your passport and a copy of your K1 visa, and apply for your Social Security card. Takes about 2 weeks and you'll get it in the mail. Karina got her Social Security card in the mail, and then after that we went to the bank and put her on the bank. Okay, so she's a joint owner. Then I waited for a month to go by for a bank statement to come in, and it shows her name on the bank as a joint owner. That was a copy made of that, and I whited out the bank account, the account numbers. That immigration you don't need to show them your account numbers, but they want to see your beneficiary's name with your name on cohabitation documents, which is a bank statement. The trash bill came in the mail. It says Karina and my name are both on the trash bill, on the water bill, on the gas bill. It says when the gas bill comes in, it shows Karina's name and my name together. Very, very important that you show proof of cohabitation. Now, it may be hard to get a driver's license, and depending on what state you live in, without a social security number and or a green card. Most states in our republic, they want to see a green card and a social security number before you can get a driver's license. Just the way it is. I do not recommend that if you are a foreign national, if you are from Colombia or from Philippines or from India, wherever you're from, and you have an Indian driver's license or a Filipino driver's license, I recommend that you do not drive on the roads with those driver's licenses. Wait till you become, get practice driving. Obviously, if you already know how to drive on American roads, get your American driver's license, then become a solo driver. You can be deported if you have a lot of problems. If you have a lot of traffic tickets, if you drive in the United States and you get into an accident and you hurt somebody and you're on your foreign driver's license, or even if you're on your green card, even you can create immigration problems for you big time. So just because you're a green card holder also doesn't protect you from deportation if you become a menace on the highways. Okay, that's important. Now let's talk about a big age gap. Big age gap. Does immigration block visas, K-1 visas, because of a big age gap? No, they don't. They don't do that. If you got a big age gap, most K-1 visas, most K-1 visas that get approved, the sponsor is between 10 and 20 years older than the beneficiary. That's the average, between 10 and 20 years older than the beneficiary. So it's normal, and especially in the Philippines. There's no problem having a big age gap. Let's suppose you move to the Philippines, you get married to a Filipino, live in the Philippines. There's no problem having a big age gap. The Philippine people, they accept you for who you are, because you guys love each other, right? Immigration is the same way. Immigration is not going to deny you a K-1 visa because there's a big age gap. They will deny you a K-1 visa if there's a big age gap, but there's no proof of relationship. If there's no relationship, you can't prove that, you've been dating for 2 weeks, you met each other for 2 weeks, and then you waited a year, then you filed your K-1 visa, and you're 30 years older than your beneficiary. Immigration is going to have a serious look at that. Technically, you qualify, but an immigration officer has the authority to deny the visa. So, number one, don't worry if there's a big age gap, because it's normal. It's normal. It's the norm with K-1 visa processing, that the sponsor is between 10 and 20 years older than the beneficiary. It's normal. There's no immigration, don't worry about it. But they will worry about it if you can't prove your relationship is real. That's the big kicker, okay? Make sure you guys date each other for a long time. You got a lot of pictures together with the family. Quit doing the selfies. A lot of people, they like to take selfies with each other, which is fine. Okay, I'm good on selfies, but you only want to put 1 or 2 selfies, 3 or 4 selfies in your K-1 visa package. You want to put about 30 pictures to 50 pictures in your K-1 visa package with you, your beneficiary, her mom, her dad, her friends, her brothers or sisters, in groups of people. Okay, immigration want to see that everybody on the planet knows you guys are engaged to be married. And that's what a K-1 visa is. It's an engagement matrimonial visa. There's a lot of people file a K-1 visa. They got no wedding plans. They're not engaged to be married. There's no engagement ring included in the K-1 visa package. Where's your engagement ring? Where is it? You guys are engaged to be married. You're going to get married, come to America, start your lives, right? Where's your engagement ring? Take a picture of it. Include it in the K-1 visa package. Include it the receipt for the engagement ring. White it out the price. We bought our wedding rings in Bogota, Colombia. I was down in the gold, I guess the gold and emerald district part of Bogota, walking around with Karina, and I saw these beautiful wedding rings. And I said, man, I want those. So I bought the wedding rings in Bogota, Colombia. The receipt, the lady gave me a receipt It's all in Colombia. It's all Spanish, right? In pesos. But I included the receipt for our wedding rings in the green card application. Okay. Immigration is going to see a picture of the wedding rings. They're going to see a picture of the receipt for the wedding rings. And it says purchased in Bogota, Colombia, with the name of the store and the phone number to the store. So immigration, if they really want to, they can call that store up in Bogota and say, hey, did Mr. and Mrs. Ross buy wedding rings from you guys? Well, yeah, they did. I remember that American guy. Evidence, evidence, evidence. Adriana Salengo Nunez. Hi, Diego and Karina. I am a July 2023 filer. I just got an RFE on February 27th. It hasn't arrived physically. Should I worry? No. An RFE, you only worry if you get a denial. If you got a letter in the mail that says your K1 visa has been denied, that's a problem. But you didn't get that. You got a letter that says, hey, Adriana, you forgot something in the K1 visa package and we want to see it. You forgot something. You forgot to check this box. You forgot to do this. You forgot to do that. You didn't include this. They're asking for information. And then you say, how long does it take from updated to RFE till the physical letter gets to the house? Probably about a week to 10 days. Won't take long. Immigration is not trying to block you from getting your K1 visa. They just want to see more information that you probably forgot, which you did forget to include in your package. It's no big deal. Just open when you get the RFE letter, open it up carefully. Okay, respond to the questions. Say, okay, you need this, this, and this. Go find this, this, and this. Put it back in an envelope with the cover letter they provide you in order that in the order they tell you, and you send it off, and you get your K1 visa approved on NOA 2. But they're just looking for stuff that you forgot. So relax, Adriana. Put your feet up on the desk, chill out, and wait for it to come in the mail, and then respond to it. Give them the information, and then move on. Francois Livingston, good afternoon, Diego and Karina. Francois, what's going on, Francois? Now, Francois can speak 3 languages. She lives in upstate New York, where it's cold, okay, and they tax everything. They tax everything in New York. If they can find a way to take money out of your wallet, they will take it. But it's a beautiful city. And New York City is a beautiful city, and New York is a beautiful state, but it's being ran by scrupulous people. Let's see here, my opinion. Adriana, thank you so much, Diego and Karina. No problem, Adriana. Put your feet up on the desk, wait for your RFE, and then answer the questions in the RFE. You might have forgotten to check a box on your I-129F. You might have put NA instead of an X or a no. It's something stupid, right? That's what I'm saying, guys. When you fill out your green card application, your affidavit of support, your K1 visa application, it's a U.S. document. It's a State Department legal document or an immigration document. A State Department document will say DS in front of it, Department of State. DS 160 is used for when you are applying for a K1 visa or a tourist visa. DS 260 is used for when you're applying for a spousal visa, right? You guys are learning stuff as you go, and you don't stress the process. If you qualify for the benefit, right, you got to meet the income requirements. You've got to meet each other within 2 years before you send off the package for the K1. You got to be in a strong relationship. You got to have a ton of evidence. You got to have lots of evidence of seeing each other, boarding passes, plane tickets, hotel receipts, dinner date receipts. You know, when let's suppose you fly to the Philippines, our beautiful friends in the Philippines. You go and you take your girlfriend out, now fiance. You take her out to dinner. Use your credit card, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor. Use your credit card. Then you got evidence that you were in the Philippines. Print those credit card receipts. Print those credit card receipts that you were in the Philippines and include it in your K1 visa package. It's strong evidence. Okay, look, Mr. Sponsor, you took your girlfriend and fiance out to eat dinner. You were in the Philippines. Evidence, evidence, evidence. And get pictures. Lots of pictures. Manacel. Hello, Diego. NOA1 on May 22nd, 2023. NOA2 February 3rd, 2024. Sent it to the NBC February 6th. I'm still waiting for the NBC number. How long do you think it will take? So you're waiting for your case number. That's what you're waiting for. It takes between 2 to 3 months to get a case number from the National Visa Center, which is in New Hampshire. But congratulations on your NOA2 letter. Priyanka Srinivas. Hello, Diego. We sent out our adjustment of status paperwork yesterday. Did you send yours and Karina's out? Yes, we did. When you were going to the post office or to the UPS or FedEx or wherever it is to mail your green card application, Karina and I were in the same boat. We went to the same place. Well, we went to UPS. And I think it was what? Kia ora, Edge. So at 9 o'clock in the morning, we were at UPS with this big old folder of stuff. And the lady said, oh, yeah, I remember you. I remember when you sent out your K1 visa package. That was, what, 2 years ago? I said, pretty close. And I said, well, this is my beautiful wife, Karina. And everybody came around and talked to Karina in the UPS store. Ross Lee. Ross Lee, that is very super. That's a stupendous super chat, Ross Lee. That's stupendous. Melissa, you don't have to do that. But thank you, Melissa. You covered March now for Mountain Dew and Hardy's breakfast. Well, at least for half the month. Thank you, Melissa. You are a great supporter of this channel. We appreciate that. The super chats mean so much, guys. We don't ask you to subscribe to the channel. We don't ask you to like anything on the channel, and we don't ask for nothing. I just want to give you all my knowledge in my brain that I've got accumulated over 9 years and give it to you for free. So you don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on immigration fees, immigration attorneys. They charge a lot of money, and then there's companies. Now, I'm not bashing anybody. Immigration attorneys do a good job most of the time. And then you got companies that process the paperwork for you that do a good job most of the time. But why? Why do you pay somebody to fill out your I-129F? Why do you pay somebody to fill out your green card application? It's not difficult. It's easy, guys. Melissa, thank you for that super chat. That's an awesome kickoff to March 1st. Thank you. Let me see here. So Manacel, you're going to be good to go. Just wait for your case number. Hedrick Soldiero of Christ Fire. Hey guys, I live in New Jersey. What requirements do I need to get a social security number, and how long does it take? Well, if you live in New Jersey, you can't get a marriage certificate, I don't think, unless you got a social security number. So to get a social security number, you got to get the I-94 printed off the Border Patrol website. You got to get your beneficiary has to have her passport, make a copy of the K1 visa, and make 3 or 4 copies of the I-94 because that's important because you're going to need it for your green card application and for when you lift the conditions probably on your 2-year, etc. So get a copy of your I-94, your beneficiary, make a copy of her K1 visa, and go to the Social Security Administration and bring her birth certificate too, just in case you need extra proof of age, and get your Social Security card. It will get mailed to you from Baltimore, Maryland in about 10 days. Then with your Social Security card in New Jersey, you can apply for a marriage license. I believe in New Jersey, you have to have a Social Security number before you can get a wedding license, wedding certificate, whatever it is. And let me see. So what are the requirements to get a Social Security number? The I-94 printed off. I've made a video. Hedrex, go into the channel and Google Diego Ross I-94. And it will take you to a video, and it will tell you exactly how to get the the I-94, which you're going to need for the Social Security number. Let me see. Don't want to miss anybody. Everybody's important. Harvey WMS 2000. Our K1 visa has been approved, but we are waiting for my fiance interview to be scheduled in Bogota. A lot of folks from Bogota on the channel. The whole process has taken over 2 years. My fiance is also from Venezuela. Now, Harvey, does your beneficial wife, your beautiful prometida from Venezuela, does she live in Colombia? Has she lived in Colombia longer than 6 months? Or does she live in Venezuela? Question for you. Congratulations on your K1 visa getting approved. Karina's from Venezuela. She's happy for you. Good job. But I need to know if your prometida lives in Colombia so I can give you some extra advice. Melissa, that's how much we appreciate your family for helping stressed out people through this process. Well, we appreciate that super chat. That was very generous of you. Okay, and we put it to good use. You know, Mountain Dew keeps me going with my voice going, and the Hardee's breakfast, and Karina loves the Hardee's breakfast. So it's not we don't ever ask for anything, guys. But when you send a super chat, we appreciate it really much. We really do. Priyanka, I am very stressed and thinking, what if I get denied? Priyanka, you're not going to get denied. Why are you stressing out on your green card application? You put together a strong package, right? You sent out your package yesterday. Karina sent out her package yesterday. We just put our feet up on the desk. Now we're waiting for the adjudication, which is going to take probably about 4 months. Take about 4 months, 5 months, whatever it takes. No big deal. We just wait. The I-94 will time out on April 3rd is when her I-94 expires, but it doesn't affect her because the I-94, 90 days, is just a timeline for you to get married. The I-94 is a 90-day window of time where you must get married. If you do not get married in the time frame of the I-94, that's a problem. Then you get deported, okay? You'll get your green card denied right off the bat. The I-94 is the authorization to live in America for 90 days to get married. That's it. You get married within 90 days, the K1 visa goes away, the I-94 goes away, and then you wait for your green card, and you're good to go. So don't stress this. For company name for my employment, we did a typo. Okay. Don't worry about it. So I stuck it off with black ink and wrote company name. Is it going to be an issue? No. As long as you corrected it and they can read it. Benny Yao. Now, Benny Yao, we remember Benny Yao is our friends. He just got married. Hi, Diego. I made it to the U.S. with my fiance about 8 days ago, right, from the Ivory Coast, right? I already applied for her social security number and applied for a marriage license. We'll get married by the end of March. Thanks again. High five, Benny Yao. Now, Benny Yao, he flew to the Ivory Coast, and he was in New York City at JFK at Queens, in Queens, New York, waiting at the airport, and he jumped on the live stream when he was in John F. Kennedy Airport. You know, then he got an RFE, and we helped him fix the RFE. Then he got his NOA2 letter, and that's all got done, and now they're getting married. You can't beat this channel, guys, right? Isn't this the place to be if you're in the K1 spousal visa? Come out and hang out with us. Harvey, she's currently living in Portugal with her daughter. And Benny Yao, oh, man, look at you guys. Benny Yao, thank you for that super chat, Benny Yao. You didn't have to do that. But I remember exactly the case that you went through. You were stressing on the RFE, and then but you made it. You got it. You're done. Get married, get that green card application done. Get it done. Put together a strong green card application so you don't have to go to another visa interview. Because the stronger your green card application, they're not going to probably deny you the green card if you don't put it together perfectly strong, but they're going to ask to see you again, and you're going to have to talk to immigration again for the scary visa interview. So put together a strong green card package. Thank you, Benny Yao. And thank you, Melissa. Thank you, guys. And Priyanka, quit stressing. Harvey, so she's living in Portugal with her daughter, but has dual citizenship in Venezuela and Colombia. Okay, how long did she live in Colombia? And she's living in Portugal. You're going to need to get a police certificate You're going to have to get a police certificate, Harvey, from Portugal, Colombia, and Venezuela. Now, didn't you have an issue trying to get a police certificate from Venezuela or from Colombia because the cedula expired or something like that? I think that's what I think. In fact, I think you told me that. Francois, Diego, by the time my fiance has his interview, I will have an engagement ring on my finger. Is that okay? Perfectly okay. And get a picture of it. Make a picture of it for your green card application. But you want, in your green card application, you want to put pictures of your wedding rings. And you're good, Francois. That's perfectly fine. You can do that. It's excellent. Karina had an engagement. She had an engagement ring, and I had a promise ring. But we took them off for the K1 visa interview in Bogota. Karina took off her engagement ring. I took off my promise ring, but I was sick in bed anyway. I couldn't make it to the embassy. I was sick in Bogota. I was in bed dying from whatever. But Karina went to her. I don't recommend you ever go to a K1 visa interview ever with a engagement ring on your finger, because especially if you live in countries like in Africa, mainly Africa, because of the cultural differences. You have your engagement party in cultural clothes, and then you get all these pictures of your engagement party in cultural clothes, and then all of a sudden the K1 visa, you're getting questions from USCIS. Are you married? Well, no, you're not married. You had an engagement party. But you got these beautiful cultural clothes that you wear, and they're beautiful, but immigration think you got married. Like in countries like India, in countries like Pakistan, okay, in Ghana, places like that. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. And Bini Yao having a baby on March 25th. Whoa, right around the corner. So that's a plus for the green card, I assume. Well, it's a plus for you. Forget the green card. But make sure when you apply for your green card that you include the baby's birth certificate in there, because that is a big plus. But it's a big plus for America. It's a big plus for your family. Forget immigration. It's for you guys. Beautiful baby. That's fantastic. And Harvey, get police certificates. Portugal, Venezuela, Colombia. Francois Livingston, Diego, by the time my fiance has his interview, I will have an engagement ring. Perfect. Priyanka, thank you, Diego and Karina. You guys are the best. Priyanka, don't stress this process. You qualify for the green card because you qualified for the K1. The income's good, right? You qualified with the income. You put together a strong green card application. You didn't mess up anything on the paperwork. You said you made a little correction. Don't worry about it. That's all good. You get your green card. Just relax. Relax, relax. Francois Livingston, we do not have a wedding rings yet. That's okay. You're good. I wasn't going to buy wedding rings until I got to Florida. I was going to buy the wedding rings like the week before we got married. But I was in Bogota and I looked at these wedding rings. I'm like, man, they're beautiful. I mean, you can't beat these. I mean, these were made in Bogota, Colombia by certified jewelers. They're beautiful with our names personalized inside them. Francois Livingston, super chat, man. Many thanks for your dedication. We're here for you, Francois. We're gonna pull you over the finish line. We're gonna pull you over the finish line, and you're good, Francois. We're gonna help you. Don't worry about the wedding rings. I bought the wedding rings in Colombia because I just saw them and I said I gotta have them. I was looking at wedding rings here in Florida, in where I live, and I just couldn't find a wedding ring that just basically for Karina that just went bam and hit me in the heart. I love this. I was in Bogota and I looked at these wedding rings. I said I gotta have them. I didn't have it. I was at the end of my cash flow, so I just threw it on my credit card. But I tell you what, they're beautiful rings. I don't know if you can see that, but their names are our names are. It's like Karina, and it's fantastic. Let me see. Harvey, we have them all, and she lived in Colombia for 1 year. Very good. Well, I beat her out. I lived in Colombia for over 2.5 years. I got you beat. But I don't need a police certificate. I'm American. Joel Adams, do I need a letter from the bank for I-134 for checking or savings? You can either get a letter from your bank where they write and tell immigration at the embassy, the consul officer, how much money was deposited in your bank for the last year, and when you open the account, etc. Or you can just print off 12 months worth of bank statements, white out the account numbers. Immigration, they don't need to see your account numbers. They don't need to see that, okay? But you need to show proof of income where the money gets direct deposited, okay? I'm retired from the Navy. Once a month, you know, the government, after 20 years in the Navy, they send me a check. It's not a big check, but it's you know, a check, and I highlight it in my bank statements for the embassy interview, for the green card application, for the K-1 visa application. Make the job of the immigration officer easy. An immigration officer wants to see your bank statements, right? Okay, highlight the deposits. So he doesn't have to be, or she doesn't have to be looking for the deposits. Where is the deposits? Where's this money coming from? Highlight it. Then his eyes or her eyes will go straight to the highlights. And then that gets through you, that adjudicates much quicker for you guys. Benny, yeah, we're glad to hear about the new baby coming. Fantastic. That's excellent news. And let me see here. So Joel, go ahead, get 12 months worth of bank statements or a letter from your bank. You can do either or. MFT Bisajo. Hi, Diego. I hope I didn't mess your name up there. Forgive me if I did, okay? And Francois, again, Francois for that, and Melissa and Benny Yao, thank you for the super chats, guys. Man, you guys, you're kicking off March 1st like a firestorm. MFT Bisajo, I got married yesterday. What is next? You gotta file for the green card. You're in America, you get married, you adjust the status from I-94, K-1, which the K-1 goes away when you get to America. Day one, the K-1's no good. Then the I-94 kicks in, which is good for 90 days. Then you got to adjust your status and get married. Once you get married, you got to apply for the green card. Now, I've made videos on how to adjust your status. Go into the YouTube channel, type in Diego Ross adjustment of status, and it will take you to videos on how to do it. So I don't have to sit here for an hour telling you how to do it. Just watch the video, and you can kick back and watch it, and it doesn't cost you a penny. It's like 30 minutes long. An immigration attorney would charge you what, $1,000 for a 30-minute session? You can watch the videos for free. Congratulations, though, MFT, on getting married. That's great news. Chris and ML, yay, it's 14 months now. There you go. No problem. There was one couple from Venezuela. There was a young lady from Venezuela. It took her 39 months to get her K1, to get into the United States on a K1. 39 months. And her fiance, now I think they're married now, is from Austin, Texas. They waited 39 months. Did they whine and complain about it? No, they didn't whine and complain about it. They just waited it out. They waited and waited and waited and waited, and bam! Now they're in the United States. She went from Venezuela to Colombia, Colombia to wherever they landed in America, probably Houston. Jenny Brielle in Jamaica, it's okay to have engagement ring on. They asked someone if they had an engagement ring while I was at my interview. Okay. Well, they had to ask, right? Immigration had to ask. Hey, is that an engagement ring? They're looking at your fingers. And if they see an engagement ring, they're going to ask you, is that an engagement ring? And if you stutter, but there's a problem. Just don't wear it. If you have an engagement ring, don't wear it to your K-1 visa interview. Take it off. So when you go into the visa interview, you don't get the question, is that an engagement ring? Right? You don't want that question. You don't want that question because you are engaged. You got letters of intent to get married, right? You put the letters of intent to get married. You got your second letters of intent to get married. You're there for your K-1 visa interview, not to have a discussion about rings on your fingers, which could be misconstrued as a wedding band. An immigration officer who's having a bad day and hasn't had a denial, hasn't denied anybody for the last 2 weeks, might say, okay, I think you guys are married. I'm denying your K-1 visa. It happens. It happens I've seen it happen in India, in Ghana, in Niger in the past, in the Sudan in the past. Don't wear your engagement rings to K1 visa interviews. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to have an engagement ring in Colombia, and in Ecuador, and in Peru, and in any country in the world, Australia, England. But in order to avoid a stupid question, which could result in a stupid answer, don't wear your engagement ring to the visa interview. Go to the visa interview, get your K1 visa approved, get outside into the parking lot of the embassy, and put your engagement ring back on. Guys, I'm trying to help you guys. Harvey, I am from Austin, Texas. We filed for the K1 during COVID. It's been 28 months so far. Yeah, you're in the COVID. You got hit with the COVID backlog. So you were in that same group with that other person. So just hang in there, okay? You get this done. Ivis Ordonez. Hey, Diego and Karina, my fiance and I plan to move to a larger apartment in Miami. Sounds good to me. Which involves an address change. Yes, it does. We're concerned it might delay our status adjustment process. Any advice? Yes. Don't move until you have your green card in your hand. When you have your green card in your hand, then move to the bigger apartment. Bigger apartments are going to be everywhere, all over Miami. They're not going anywhere. They're not going to go anywhere. But what if you move and you're waiting for your green card, and you send in your AR11, you go online, and you update your address with the USCIS. But USCIS send your green card to your old address. Then what are you going to do? You don't have the green card. Where's donde? Donde mi green card? Donde? With donde? Okay, Karina filed for her green card yesterday. I suppose I want to move. I think I want to go live in Texas. Guess what? I'm going to wait until Karina has her green card in her hand before I do anything. Okay? Because when she has her green card in her hand, it's not going to get lost. Then we can go move somewhere else. Okay? I'm trying to help you. Ivis, please don't move until you have the green card. Just wait that extra 4 or 5 months. Francois Livingston, I missed the beginning of this live chat because I was getting out of work. Well, it's good to be getting out of work. It's better to be getting out of work than going to work. If processing is moving faster, that applies from NOA 1 to NOA 2 and from NOA 2 to the interview. It applies from NOA 1 to NOA 2 and then from NOA 2 to the MVC. It doesn't include the interview because U.S. embassies around the world, some embassies are fast, some embassies are slow. The U.S. embassy in Manila, Philippines, was going pretty good. They were going fast. Now they're going slow. The U.S. embassy in Ghana is horrible. It's like 6, 7, 8, 9 months. So people in Ghana, beneficiaries in Ghana, are having a hard time mentally because it's having a heavy toll on their mind because they can't get a visa interview. Okay? So you guys, like I just said, if you can just be patient, if you can just put your feet up on the desk and wait out the process and try not to get mentally drained by this, then you guys will be better off. It's bad enough you got to wait for your beneficiary, right? That's bad enough. Don't make it doubly worse by getting sick because of stress. Let me see. Francois Livingston, I am confused. Are you supposed to have an engagement ring? It's kind of hard when all our families are on 3 different continents. Well, you're only getting engaged to one person, Francois, and it doesn't matter what continent he's on. You get engaged and you tell each other, if you have a Facebook account, you say on Facebook that you're engaged to each other. You click the status on your Facebook page, engaged to, and then he clicks on his Facebook page, his status, engaged to you, and you're engaged. And that's it. Get yourself, if he buys you a ring, that's great. I bought Karina an engagement ring here in Florida, but we bought the wedding rings in Bogota, Colombia. And it was all over Facebook, but I got rid of my Facebook account now because Karina's waiting on her green card. I don't need Facebook anymore. I use Facebook as a way to prove evidence of us being together Because when we went somewhere in Colombia, I'd post on Facebook, "Hey, we're in Chahuachi," or "Hey, we're at the tallest waterfall in Colombia," and then Facebook would give me a timestamp, and I'd print the timestamp, and I'd print it and put it in the K1 visa package. I don't need Facebook anymore. I deleted it. It's gone. But use it while you're in the K1 visa process, because it's very helpful to help prove evidence with timestamps. Joel Adams, is it okay? Interview schedule before submission of DS-160. You can't schedule a visa interview unless immigration has the DS-160. The DS-160 is the application for the visa. As long as the interview has the application number on the DS-160 and the DS-160 gets submitted a couple of hours later. Well, a couple of hours later is fine. You can do that. But don't, the DS-160, number one, is the application for the K1 visa. It's your beneficiary saying, "Please, can I have my K1 visa so I can fly to America and marry my American citizen sponsor?" It's a Department of State Form 160. You fill it out, you submit it, you print the confirmation page, okay? Then, once you've done that, you pay for the visa interview. The DS-160 is a free form. There's no charge. DS-160, DS-260, all free. What you're paying for is the consular officer's time and the processing of the biometrics and the passport K1 document. It's a very secure document. The K1 visa, when it goes in your passport, is full of interesting stuff, and it is absolutely impossible to create a fake one. It's impossible to create a fake one. Okay? When you get to the United States of America, the Border Patrol officer takes your passport. He does something with your passport that you don't know about that will determine whether you have a fraud K1 visa or not. Okay? So it costs money to put that kind of technology together. And right now, the K1 visa process at the embassy is $265. So, that's food for thought, guys. But is it okay to schedule an interview before submitting the DS-160? If the embassy let you, then I guess you're good to go. But the interview will be canceled if you don't submit a DS-160 and if you don't pay the visa fee. Okay? You got to pay that $265 or it will be canceled. And then you're going to have to look for another interview, another day. Okay? So, but if you did it quickly, if you did a turnaround pretty quick, then I'm sure you're going to be perfectly fine. And relax. Everybody relax, guys. Francois, you're going to get your NOA 2 letter very soon. Not much longer. Joel Adams, thanks. No problem. You're fine, okay? You relax. Everybody. During this whole entire process with Karina, when I mailed off her a K1 visa package back in April of 2022, I never once had a stressful day. Never once did I worry about nothing. Because I knew the K1 visa would get approved because I qualified for the benefit. Karina qualified for the benefit. Was it going to take a long time? Yeah, I knew it was going to take a long time because I was at the tail end of COVID also. Did I know it was going to be difficult? Yeah. Karina's from Venezuela. She had to get a Venezuelan passport. Well, she didn't have to, but she got her passport. It's not easy. The logistics of going from Colombia to Venezuela is not easy, guys. It was difficult. But guess what? She's right here. Look. She's real, guys. My beautiful wife. Happy as a clam. So, okay, guys. I've been talking for an hour. Let me see. Joel Adams, is there a way to see if the MERV receipt is paid by checking online? When you paid your visa fee, you should have gotten the automatic email back to your email account saying that you paid the visa fee with a MERV receipt. It's when I paid for Karina's visa processing in Bogota, Colombia, as soon as I paid it on my credit card, right away I got a receipt in my email box that said, "Here's your MERV receipt." I'm like, "Oh, great, here it is." And I printed it. So I don't know what country, Joel. Which country are you guys working from? Francois, I am trying not to miss this live chat because it's always full of valuable information. I was picking my clothes at the dry cleaner, so I missed your answer on the engagement party. When you have, it's okay when you get engaged, okay, have an engagement party and take lots of pictures with lots of your friends at the engagement party, but don't wear cultural clothes. We had an engagement party on December 24th, 2021 in Bogota, Colombia. It was Christmas Eve. Why did we pick that day? Well, all of her brothers and nieces and nephews, her whole family was not working Christmas Eve. They were on vacation. So we had our engagement party in our regular street clothes at our apartment in Bogota, and all of her brothers came over, and we had a big shindig of lots of good Colombian and Venezuelan food. We took lots of pictures. That went in the K1 visa package. But we didn't wear cultural clothes. Karina didn't wear like Venezuelan cultural clothes. Okay? Very important when you have it's important to have an engagement party and to have evidence of it, but it's also important not to create an impression that you guys got married. Immigration, especially in countries like India, Pakistan, in Africa, in Ghana, if you have a cultural, Morocco, Nigeria, watch out. Have an engagement party, but don't wear cultural clothes. If you have an engagement party where you wear cultural clothes and you look like you're at a wedding ceremony, don't include them in the K1 visa package. Don't bring them to the visa interview. Avoid the headache. Harvey, thanks for the great advice. Awesome channel. Anytime, Harvey. We're here for you. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep talking. You guys keep asking me questions. I'll keep talking. And in regards to Francois, about an engagement party, have an engagement party, take lots of pictures, but wear street clothes. Wear your regular daily clothes, okay? And include those in your K1 visa package, but don't wear cultural clothes. If you listen to me, guys, I'm going to save you a big headache in the future. Francois, I wish all our families are all the same place, but life had other plans. Karina's family's all over South America. Karina's family lives in Venezuela, Brazil, Colombia, and sometimes in Chile. I wanted to go to Brazil to go see Karina's brother and my sister-in-law and the little niñas. But Brazil started implementing this stupid visa for Americans. I'm not going to go through I've had enough not problems, but I've had enough of immigration up to my neck with the United States government. And now the country of Brazil is telling me as an American citizen that I got to go and process a freaking visa to go to Brazil. Forget about it. I said, I'm not going. So I didn't go. Joel Adams, Philippines. Okay. No problem, Joel. It's no problem. You're on the right track. You're good. You're fine. I think in the Philippines, did you pay your visa fee online with your credit card? How did you pay your visa fee to the U.S. Embassy in Manila? Ernest Dosti. Finally, I got an interview date in Ghana. Praise the Lord for Ghana, because that took you a long time. But you didn't give up. You didn't quit. It took 6 months. Macaroni and cheese, 6 months. But you got it. Right? Shiku. Diego, I'm trying to pay the visa for my daughter. I hope I can take her to the interview without an appointment. I don't want to waste my money. I hope she comes with me. I have done the DS-160. Shiku, if you have filled out the DS-160 for your daughter, if you have paid for the visa, you're not paying for the DS-160. You're paying for the visa process, $265. Bring your daughter to the K1 visa interview. Bring the MOV receipt that you paid for your daughter's K1 visa, and she will get her K2 visa with your K1. Trust me. You got to trust me, Shiku. You got to have confidence in me, okay? I'm not gonna let you leave your kid behind because of a technicality. I'm going to help you overcome the technicality and fix it. Diego, my police certificate will be 6 months the day of my interview. Do I need to get a new police clearance? get a new one. And yes, get a new one. You probably don't, but get one anyway. I would say no, you don't need a new police certificate, but get one. Okay? Just in case the immigration officer gives you a hard time and wants to see a new one. Angel Tate, hi Diego and Karina, our visa was issued. Angel Tate, high five, waiting to pick it up. Good. Another one of these. Angel Tate. This channel, all we have is success, right? We just have success on here. And I'm glad Ernest got his interview date for Ghana. It took a long time, 6 months. Shiku, Diego can travel within America with K1. I want to visit my fiance's dad when I arrive. Yes, you can. You can, Shiku, when you get to the United States with your daughter on the K2, you can go anywhere you like in the United States of America. Just don't leave America. Angel Tate, Karina, how are you liking America? Te gusta Estados Unidos? She loves America. She's seen only Florida. But you know what I might do? Because of today, we had such fantastic super chats. Because you guys really support this channel like no end, I'm going to take Karina to eat breakfast at Hardee's in Alabama. I'll take her to Alabama to eat Hardee's big breakfast platter. Now, Alabama is about an hour's ride from here, but she's never been to Alabama. She's been to Florida, 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 Florida. So I'm going to do that with the super chat money. I'm going to take her to eat breakfast in Alabama. Maybe tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Saturday? Well, we got a live stream tomorrow night too. So maybe tomorrow. Angel. Karina loves the United States. She loves America. Candy Caramel. Hi, Diego. Have been given an interview date for May 13th. High five, Candy Caramel. Excellent news. I'm happy for Ernest. Finally got an interview for Ghana. You know, I'm very happy to hear that. I'm not going to tell anybody that I had made some phone calls to Washington, D.C. to have them make some calls to the embassy in Ghana to try to speed up the process. I'm not going to tell you guys I did that, okay? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But it's amazing that now they're processing K1 visas in Ghana. And there's another young lady that's trying to get, was it RS? Was it Jen RS? I remember her name. She's trying to get an interview in Ghana also. I want her to get that off of her mind so she can get that processed. But Candy's good to go. And Angel, Karina loves America. Shiku, pay the visa fee for your daughter, and that will generate an appointment for your child. Ren S, there she is. There, Ren S in Texas. Ren S. Hey, Ernest Dostie, how long did you have to keep on waiting for Ghana's embassy? 6 months. Ren S, he waited 6 months. 6 months. But Ren S, I was sad for you, okay? So I called some folks up in DC and asked them to make some phone calls some places in a place called, I think the place is called Ghana. It could have been Ghana, okay? And I shook the tree because it's ridiculous Ghana was treating people so badly at the embassy there. They're just lazy, in my opinion, and I shook the tree for you guys. Shiku, I have to take her to the medical as well. I hope the doctor see her. Yes, but you got to pay for the medical exam. It's not free. You take your daughter to the medical exam, okay, and get her medical exam done. Does she need a police certificate? How old is she? Is she over 16? Make sure you get her birth certificate, bring her passport, her birth certificate, her medical exam, and all that. Ernest, Diego, my fiance and I didn't have an engagement party with family and friends. That's okay. We went to a nice place to spend a good time. That's good. Is it going to be a problem? We're not adding friends and family. No, you're good. As long as you got lots of pictures together with friends and family. Immigration don't want to see pictures of selfies of you and your beneficiary. They don't want to see that. You can do selfies. I can do selfies all day long with beautiful Karina. But immigration already know that, I mean, married, but in the past engaged to Karina. They know that already. What they want to see at immigration are pictures of Karina, myself, Karina's family, her brothers, Karina's friends. I was walking down the street with like 5 Colombians and Karina, and I was surrounded by all these beautiful ladies, and I said, I need a picture. And Karina said, okay. So we got a picture of about 5 of us, all these 5, because Karina had all these lovely, beautiful friends, okay? Amigas, right? Keep me on. I took a picture, and I got the names of our friends, and I included that in the K1 visa package. That was back in September of 2021. Or September, yeah. And then I got pictures with all of her brothers. She got like 5 brothers, 6 brothers that live in Bogota. I got pictures with all of her brothers and her nieces and nephews. Immigration don't care about pictures with you, me and Karina and I. They know we're already together. They want to see pictures of everybody that know that we're in a relationship. Right? Right? There's a lot of fraud that goes on too. There's a lot of people do Photoshop to get a fraud pic. Don't Photoshop any pictures. Don't do that. If you feel like you got to Photoshop some pictures to help your case, you're going to get a K1 visa denial, because immigration has technology at USCIS, at the service centers. They run your pictures through this program, this technology they have, and it will tell them if it's a Photoshop or not. Trust me, don't do that. So Ren S, it looks like the success for you is going to be right around the corner, okay? Let me see. Sorcha Anderson. Hi, Diego. My aunt sent in her adjustment of status package last month. She received a receipt. They didn't ask for anything and scheduled biometrics. Fantastic. Sorcha. Good news. Good news. Aquarius. God bless you and Diego for calling him. It's all good, Aquarius. It's all good. Remember, in my past life, I was very heavily involved in politics. But I'm retired from that. I don't do politics anymore, okay? I don't do it anymore. I just bash everybody. Republicans, Democrats, I bash everybody. Okay? But in a kind way. But in my past life, I was very powerful politically, and I can make phone calls sometimes. Let me see. Ren S. is talking to Ernest Dostie. Every day did you log into SEAT? I'm sure that's what he did. When the screen showed you like slots were there choosing on just one day. Where's your interview? Shiku, I will pay. She will be 11 by April. So you got a beautiful 11-year-old daughter. Pay the visa fee. Get her on the appointment list for the K1 and K2. Bring her to the visa interview and get her a K2. And you're good. Shiku. And then you can take her to CC's Pizza when you get to the United States, or take her somewhere. Take her to CC's Pizza. Ren S, is there anybody else out there who waited 6 months or longer just for Ghana to the U.S. Embassy to give an interview time slot? Karen D. Caramel, please, Diego, when is the best time to do police certificates and medical, since my appointment is May 13th? Get your police certificates now. Now, your medical exam due 2 weeks before your K1 visa interview. If your K1 visa interview is May 13th, get all your medical stuff done 2 weeks before. So that would be like what, at the end of April, right? Right, the end of April, Candy, and you're good to go. You'll be perfectly fine. And I'm trying to get Shiku to pay her K1. Get her to pay her visa fee for her daughter so she can get on the appointment list. Come on, Shiku, let's go. Let's do it. Okay, guys, I'm going to log off now. If you learned anything from this live stream, I hope you learned some stuff. Thanks for the super chats, guys. We greatly, greatly appreciate you guys. I'm going to take Karina to Alabama to eat breakfast. Thanks to you guys. Okay. Today is what? Today's Friday. So that means I'll be back tomorrow to hang out. 6 p.m. Before I go, Annie Pessoud. Hi, Mr. Diego and beautiful Karina. I checked my visa status and it say my case is ready. Good. I will call the U.S. Embassy in Georgetown, and they told me they will get to me Guyana. That's it. Good job. See you guys tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Central Time.